like once a month. It's so bad, but life just gets in the way. But I'm still here. I'm still planning on making videos for the few people that I know like actually have watched my stuff. Last little thing I'd like to mention before I get into the video is that tonight, is the election, and I'm not talking politics because I do not do that, but I know everyone in the United States, maybe even people in other countries, are stressed, and I've even have been feeling stressed just by going on social media and just everyone battling it out. So I thought that it could be nice to just have a relaxing video for you if you stumble upon this tonight or tomorrow, whenever. And hopefully it can just calm you down a little bit and just be a little bit of an escape from reality. Final thoughts. Everybody just love each other. no matter what. That's what I have to say on that. Okay. To start, last time I did one of these, I was reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I was saying how I was not very into it. Like, it was slow because I was like halfway through. Well, I finished it, and then I finished Mist and Fury, and here is Wings and Ruin. I have Mist and Fury, but I showed that in the last book haul, so I'm not going to show it. But this one is the third book. If you're a reader and you have not heard of that series, I don't know how that's possible because I feel like everyone talks about it, but if not, no worries. I will give you a rundown briefly. It's like about fairies. Not like Tinkerbell fairies, but they're fairies. It's got romance, it's got twists and turns, it's got action. The first book is very slow, in my opinion. Like, I was wondering what the hype was about. Second book is very good, and personally, I loved this one too. Some people don't like this one. Some people like this one better than the second. I think I liked them both. But I gave A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think I gave it 4 stars just because the end really picked up. And that I was just gonna give it a 3 until I got to the end. And then Mist and Fury, I gave a 5. I gave this one a 5 too. Personally, I just really loved it. I don't know, maybe I hand out 5s like too easily, but I keep it. So yes, that is Wings and Ruin. And of course, the next book in the series is Frost and Starlight. This one is short and sweet. I, did not like die loving this book. I wasn't like, oh my god, like this is the one that some people will literally skip it. I would not recommend skipping it though. Like, I think it's still got, I guess, valuable information. I don't know. But this is like a sweet one to kind of get you over some of the things that happened in the third book. So it's a little happy pause. Sorry, I have such bad posture. It's like my back is already starting to hurt. My other cat is staring at me. Come here. which I liked because when I finished the other ones, I kind of was like curious how this one was gonna like. I was like, look how big this is. I was like, what else is gonna happen? So I kind of loved that this was about a different character. I gave this one a 5 stars as well. I loved this one. And it was very spicy. Like, I'm okay with the spice, obviously. Like, that's makes the book interesting too, I guess. I will say this one, though, I felt like had a lot more than the other ones. It was a lot more in this one. But that wasn't why I gave it a 5 stars. That's not like what I would rate it on. I really liked the plot line and character development. So if anyone is like curious, I started the first book in like end of April, beginning of May or something like that. And I think I finished the series end of July, which for some people they'd be like, oh my gosh, that took you so long. It was like my summer reads. And yeah, but I am not someone that has like the capability of reading a book like this in a week. That's just not possible for me with my life. So the fact that I was able to read like 3 books this size, this one plus the first book, that was pretty good for me. But I still love reading. Like, I'm so glad I got back into it again. And I wish I had more time to just sit all day and read, but you know, I work full time now and I'm trying to like go to the gym, and then I gotta make dinner when I get home, and then the only time I really have is before bed, and then I get tired and I go to bed, and then I redo it all the next day. So I don't get super far. But that was my A Court of Thorns and Roses experience. The next book. Now when you talk about reading a book in like a few days or a week, this book I did read in 2 days. I think I showed this in my last book haul, but I had not read it yet. I went back and forth between 4 and 5 stars on this. You're all probably just gonna think I rate everything 5 stars. I don't. I've read really good books in my opinion. This was really good. I liked it. I was shook, and I had been holding out on watching the movie until I read the book, and that's been like out for 2 years. But I knew that I wanted to read this book, so I was like, well, I need to read the book before I watch the movie. Like, that's just the way I do it. Went to Norris Lake with my friend for her birthday. This was Labor Day weekend, so I read it like that Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, but it was like either 2.5 to 3 days I finished this. It just wasn't like what I was expecting, and the ending, I was shook. everyone's raving about, like, on social media, but then you go on Goodreads and there's like hundreds of 1-stars and people saying, like, I don't know how anyone could possibly like this book and blah blah. I think that's a little bit aggressive. I think it's just like anything in life. If you like it, you don't have to like judge someone for that. So, moral of that story, some people hated this and they thought it was so bad. I really liked it, so take what you will with that information. So yeah, if you haven't read this or seen the movie, it's got like romance, mystery, drama, all kinds of stuff in there. Next. I also read the Bridgerton series, but I like to go back and forth. Like, I couldn't read all of them like in one go, like straight through. So I'll read like 2 at a time and then read something different. So I was on Eloise's story, To Sir Philip with Love, and the reason I'm reading these books is I do really like the show, and I just wanted to read the books too, and the books are kind of different than the show, like they don't follow it exactly, so even though I've read this, if Eloise ever gets a season, it may not be exactly like this, and it's still like entertaining to me, so I'm trying to think. I really liked Colin and Penelope's book. Like, I really liked that one. I gave that one a 4-star. And then I read the other ones too, but that was the one before this. This one I gave a 3, which is still not horrible, which is exactly what I've thought of this one. It's not horrible because, like, I love Eloise's character. Like, in the book too, I love her. And Philip, though, I don't even know how to like explain it. I'm trying to like think of how to like say that. I didn't hate him, but I just like didn't love him, you know? Like, some of the things that he would do and say, I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, I would get mad, and I would get like fake angry when I would read the other Bridgerton books too, or like Benedict's story. There was things in that he did that I was like, show Benedict would never do this. So like, that kind of happened. But this one, it was like just different. Like, I wasn't really like rooting for him. And then I guess I came around to them. Then it became a little bit better. But I don't know, the end almost just felt like forced. I don't know if it was just one of those things again of like the cliches, like, oh, it's hard for me to love someone, and then like he does, but he this one, you'll see why if you read it. He is the best male character in the Bridgerton series that I've read, because even the Bridgerton men can be annoying. He was not that annoying. Most of the time, he was like decent in my opinion. Like, he was pretty good. I loved their story. I got emotional, and like with Bridgerton, I don't really get emotional, but this one, I did get emotional reading it, and I just thought it was really sweet and really good. And honestly, you don't have to read all of the Bridgerton books like in order or at all if you just want like a quick period piece romance that's like got an interesting plot. Then I would read this one. If you don't want to read the whole series, this one or Colin and Penelope's, I think, are at my top 2. So I gave this one 4 stars because it wasn't like amazing, life-changing, but really good. Bridgerton, when he was wicked. Okay, and finally, this book I'm currently reading, so no spoilers, please, 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 please. Archie will be very mad. He's getting a little feisty. Don't beat me. Oh, don't beat me. Oh. I am finally reading Fourth Wing. This is my cousin's copy, and she also has Iron Flame, so I have that over on my little bookshelf. So this is a hard copy. I am on page 241, and I started it about probably a week and a half ago. Yeah. I get so excited to come home and read this one, and then I swear the past few days something has like happened when I don't have time to read as long as I want to. But I'm getting there. It like what I loved about this one so far is it like just started off into the action. Like it went right into the story. You're not like waiting around forever for like exciting things to happen. Like so like I'm gonna need to see obviously how it finishes, but I might, who knows, maybe I'll like this series better than Akatar. I don't know, maybe I'll like them the same, maybe I'll like it less, but so far it's really good. And I have a question for any other readers. I like need to see fan art of the characters because I hate when I like envision someone in my head and then when I finish the series I'll like start